For tonight's recipe, you'll need an onion. I got this one out of my garden. Some red sweet peppers, chicken breasts. There's about four boneless, skinless chicken breasts in this bag right now that I'm gonna use. Some chicken bouillon, black beans, some roasted poblano salsa cremosa, whole kernel corn, elbow noodles, green chili enchilada sauce, cream cheese, pepper jack cheese, some jalapenos, red pepper flakes, some Montreal steak seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, ground cumin. Hey foodies, welcome to Foodie Friday. My name is Keisha and this is my channel, Saving Greens Homestead, and I welcome you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much for clicking on this video. You guys, tonight is gonna be a real treat. Tonight I am making for my family a green chicken enchilada pasta dish. So it's gonna be really good, it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be cheesy. It's gonna be good, you guys. So as you guys saw in the opening video, I've already done my prep work and now it's just time to get it started. So let's get started. Okay, so I already started my burner so I can put my chicken in this pot of water. I'm gonna boil the chicken. It's still frozen, so it's probably gonna take about a good 30 minutes for it to cook all the way through. I'm just gonna let it go ahead and cook. I probably got too much water in there. I probably don't need that much water. Okay, let me dump some of this water out. There we go. You don't want to have too much water because it's going to take a long time for the water to get to a boil, and it'll prolong your cooking time. So anyways, you guys, I am going to let this cook for about 30 minutes. And then I will be back to show you what comes next. We're gonna do everything in this one pot, so I'll be back. So my chicken is ready. So I'm gonna turn it off and then I'm gonna put it to the side. We'll let it cool a little and then I'm gonna shred it and I'm gonna show you guys what comes after that. So I took my chicken out and while I am shredding that chicken, I am going to cook these noodles in the chicken broth. And since the broth is already hot, it's good because then it won't take long for these noodles to cook. I'll be back when it's almost ready. Okay, you guys, so I am gonna take this off the burner. The noodles are almost done. I don't want them to be fully done because I am going to be cooking them longer with the rest of the ingredients. So I am gonna take these off and put them in a bowl, juice and all. I am gonna take this off the burner and put this in a bowl and I will be back to you when I'm ready to start cooking everything else. Okay, I'm just gonna add some oil to my pot here and then I'm gonna add in all my onions and peppers, jalapenos, sweet peppers. The sweet peppers were from my garden, I didn't mention that. You guys, my tooth is still hurting. I had a tooth pulled, and well, you're gonna have to watch my garden video if you wanna, that I'm posting up this weekend, if you wanna hear the full story about this tooth. But I had a tooth pulled, and my mouth is still hurting. I'm gonna let this cook down and get a little transparent, and I will come back to you when it's ready to add the next things to it. So I'll be back. Okay, it's starting to get cooked down like how I like it. For those of you who don't know, the jalapeno peppers, when you take the seeds and the membrane, the inner part out of it, and you cook the, chop it up and cook the pepper without the seeds in that inner membrane, the pepper itself is not hot. It just adds a great flavor to your food. So the way I'm doing this right now, I added, 5 jalapenos, and this is not gonna be spicy or hot, like burn your mouth hot or anything. In fact, I'm gonna be adding red pepper flakes to give it the type of heat that I like. I don't trust to leave the seeds in the jalapenos because it might turn out to be too hot for me, so I don't even bother. You know, I don't know how many seeds to include so that it'll be a hot heat that I can tolerate, you know. So anyways, to this I am going to add my chicken, which I've already shredded. And make sure I get everything off of here. Get everything in there. And I'm going to add my corn. You guys, it smells so good in here already. It smells really, really good. And now I'm going to start adding my seasoning. So I'm going to start with chicken bouillon. And you guys, I don't tell you how much exactly I use because I normally just eyeball it. You can add as much or as little as you want. Some onion powder. Just know that the chicken bouillon has salt in it. In fact, salt is the first ingredient. So it's pretty salty, so you want to keep that in mind when you add other seasonings that may have some salt in it. Garlic powder. Some of this Montreal seasoning, fake seasoning. This does have a little salt in it, this Montreal, but I like the cracked pepper and some of the herbs that is already in it. I'm going to add some cumin, a little bit of that, and then I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper flakes. Give this a stir. Looking good, smelling good. So to this I'm going to add some beans. I'm going to add my black beans to it. I drained them first, so make sure you drain them first. Oh, it smells good. My mind isn't with it today or something. I forgot the cilantro. I'll show you a picture of it. I got it out of my garden, but I am adding some fresh homegrown cilantro. You can add a bunch from the store, but I'm adding this to it. Some cilantro. Okay, I don't know where my mind is today. I don't know. I just got so many things going on, and I guess I can't really concentrate and focus because I'm still in a little bit of pain. I don't know how I'm gonna eat this, but watch me try. I definitely am gonna try. So to this, now I wanna add the cream cheese. And you guys, I turned the burner down so I could go outside and get that cilantro out of my garden. So I put it back up to medium, and I am gonna put this cream cheese in here. Oh, and you know what? I forgot also to mention, I'm gonna be using heavy cream too. I am just scatterbrains today. Okay, so I'm just gonna chunk this up and put it in my pot. And that'll give it a chance to start melting down so that it can mix a little easier. And this is the base of my sauce, my cream sauce. So I'm just gonna give this a mix here. You see how the cream cheese is starting to melt down in here? It just makes it a lot easier, that's all. Okay, so I have my heavy cream. I'm just gonna add that into here. And I'm gonna add back my noodles with the liquid and everything. I'm adding it all back into here. And then we're just gonna give this a good mix. Get it all mixed up in here. My noodles are pretty much done. I just don't want them to be too mushy, so they are not all the way done, but they're getting there. Okay, so I am going to add a little bit more of this heavy cream to this because I want it to be a little bit more creamier. And I haven't added the enchilada sauce yet, so I have to keep that in mind that I'm going to be adding that to it as well. But I want this dish to be pretty creamy. It's going to be cheesy already, but I want it to be creamy as well. So I'm just going to let this come up to a boil. And as it does that, it's going to thicken just a little bit more with the cream. And you guys, I gotta grate the cheese. I forgot to grate the cheese. And we need cheese, right? So I'm gonna grate the cheese. I'll get back to you guys after I finish grating the cheese, and I'll show you what comes next. Okay, so next I wanna check my seasoning. Make sure my seasoning is good. That tastes really good. I am gonna add a little bit more chicken bouillon though. And you can taste the flavors, the cilantro, the chili peppers. It all just tastes really good in here. Okay, so now I am going to add the green salsa to this. Because, you know, it's called green chicken enchiladas. So there has to be some green in it somewhere, right? And get that mixed around in there. And then I'm gonna try this again. Oh yeah. That is really good. Not spicy. I'm trying to decide if I want it spicier than what it is. Because it's not spicy, it just has a real good flavor. I think I'll leave it. I bought this roasted poblano salsa. I bought this one because you could use like a regular red salsa along with the green to, you know, bring out some more flavors in it. As it tastes right now, it tastes very good without adding anything else to it except for when I add the cheese. But I wanted to try this poblano salsa cremosa, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of this in here. But I figured it'd be an interesting flavor. Hope I'm not gonna regret it because it tastes good without it. I mean, don't go out your way and buy that one unless after I taste it and I tell you that, you know, it is the ultimate. Then I guess you could go buy it and so you could try it in there, include it in the recipe, but it's not really necessary. Let me taste this. It tastes good. It's not something that you have to add to it though. I was just trying to see, instead of adding like a salsa or whatever, a red salsa, I figured I'd try that one. And it tastes all right. It hasn't altered too much of the flavoring. It has a decent taste to it, so optional. You can either use it or not. Both ways it tastes good. It still tastes good. So I hope that's not too confusing, you guys. My mouth hurts and I was outside working in that front yard trying to get that front yard project finished, and I think I'm just tired and in pain, and so I'm not really, you know, thinking straight. But I have to make some food for my kiddos, so that's what I'm doing. Making food for my kiddos. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna turn this off, and then I'm just gonna add the cheese. Now you see how creamy this is? Now, if you don't want yours this creamy, you don't have to have it this creamy. You can just put in less heavy cream and it won't be as creamy. But I'm gonna add the cheese to this, and I'm gonna use the whole thing of pepper jack. It was one of those 1 pound bars of pepper jack cheese. I'm gonna use the whole thing. Because hey, I love cheese. Cheese tastes really, really good in everything. Dinners, breakfast, lunches, desserts. Cheese goes with everything. So I'm just gonna stir this in. You guys, if you like creamy, cheesy dishes, this is for you. Well, you guys, you know what time it is. It is time to plate it up. Well, I'm not gonna put it in a plate. I'm gonna actually put it in a bowl, but you get what I'm saying, right? Let me grab my bowl. Okay, you guys, this bowl is hot. That means that this is hot. And I'm gonna try and eat this with this being so hot. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it does have a little heat to it. A little kick. Because I added those red pepper flakes to it. Oh yeah, it's got a nice little kick to it. Oh man. It's so good. It tastes like enchilada. It doesn't have the tortilla part of it, but all the other flavors is right on target. Tastes just like an enchilada. A really good enchilada smothered in a cheesy sauce. Woo, it's good. And I can taste the homegrown cilantro because it has a little sweetness to it, and the corn has some sweetness to it. You guys, this is a winner. This is definitely a winner. That was a hot bite. And I have to concentrate and chew on the right side of my mouth. Because the other side is where that tooth was removed. So, you guys, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna try and get all of that down because it's good. I'm gonna top it with some more cilantro and green onion and some sour cream. It's gonna be good. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And I know it was kind of like everywhere, you know. Hopefully next Friday I'll be past this whole tooth fiasco and I'll be ready to bring you yet another great recipe. So you guys, until then, as always, God bless.